Hi everybody, welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. And it's Tuesday night, getting close to Christmas, but I'm here with a sketch challenge for you. So I've been a little bit and now I'm kind of back on track, and as I said, it is getting close to Christmas, and certainly where I live on the west coast of Canada, we're definitely feeling like it's close to Christmas. We don't get white Christmases very often, but we actually have snow. And while it may disappear with the rain tomorrow, I think it's going to snow for Christmas, which would be, I guess, okay. It's always good when it snows and you don't have to go very far or anywhere at all. So as long as that happens, that's all right. So, all right, let's get started. I am just checking to see, hey, Lynette. Welcome. Just checking to see. Hey, Catherine. Oh, it's raining there. Yeah, it's supposed to rain here, and I'm hoping the snow will disappear because we have a lot of snow and ice out there, and so I'm hoping it'll warm up and the snow will start to disappear tomorrow, just in time for us to shovel again, but that'll be okay. All right, I'm here. Hey, Jacqueline. Welcome. I'm here with a sketch challenge for you, and I'm going to play with I think it's called the Honeybee Home Suite, which is a sneak peek from the upcoming January to June mini catalog. I really love this one. As you haven't guessed from the name, it's got bees in it and it's got dies to cut some bees. So anything that has bees has got me. I definitely am interested in this. So let me switch over to my desktop and I will get started with a sketch. Oh, no, Lynette, thanks. I don't want to move back to Alberta. Definitely not. Thanks, though. All right. I can see some, just trying to make sure I can see all the comments. Oops. Let's go back. All right. Hey, Paige. Okay. So this is my sketch. It looks pretty simple. And like I said, I'm going to be using this is the Honeybee Home Suite. So it's got these adorable bees. There is some designer series paper that I'm not using. The dies that come with it will cut out. So we'll cut out these two images plus the bees, and then you get these extra, actually all these images with the bees, and then you get some extra dies that cut out just die cuts that coordinate with it. So that's what I'm using. The other thing that I'm using from this, well, a couple of other things. Let's get oops, I've got a piece of cardstock there. This is I believe it's called the Hive embossing folder. Now, I've already gone ahead and embossed this. This is just so cool. Yes, I think you're right. I'm sure Maxine will love the bees. So this is the Hive. If you can see that, that's the Hive embossing folder. Very, it's quite a deep embossed image. I guess you could use it both ways. I'm going to use it this way because it looks more like a honeycomb when it's got the, I don't know, it's, let's see. I don't know what you call that. Let's go. My brain's gone. It's indented. I know that's not the right term, but that's as much as I'm going to get at this point. Yes, it looks more like honeycomb from this. All right, so here's my sketch. I've got a piece of cardstock that you can either do 5.5 by 8.5 or 4 1/4 by 11, depending on whether you inverted. Yeah, that's probably a better word, Jacqueline. Or 4 1/4 by 11, depending on whether you want it booklet fold or tent fold. Then I've got a piece of cardstock that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. So that's the yellow layer. And a piece of cardstock that's 3 3/4 by 5, which is the orange layer. And then a circle. Now, I've said it's 3 1/4 inches. You could make it smaller than that, but I've done 3 1/4 specifically and all because I'm using these Heart and Home doilies that are also part of this suite. This suite has 2 different bundles in it. And so these doilies come in Cinnamon Cider, Basic Gray, and Misty Moonlight. And they are 3 1/4 inches in diameter. So that was the reason for that size on my sketch. And then a piece of cardstock, I've said 3/4 of an inch by 2.5, that is for your sentiment. So you can make it bigger or smaller depending on the size of your sentiment. All right, so let me show you what I'm going to do. From in. So I am using Misty Moonlight and Cinnamon Cider as my colors because I just love this color combination. So I've got a piece that is 4 1/4 by 11, and I'm going to score it at 5 1/2 for my card base. Fold towards the mountain or the bump. Good burnish with your bone folder. All right, so that's my first layer. Then my second layer, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4. Actually, that's not quite right. I think I cut this smaller now that I think about this. I think I've got these two mixed up, so I'll have to fix the sketch. So your first layer is actually 3 3/4 by 5, and your second layer, which is my embossed piece, is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. So I decided I wanted a little bit more of the Misty Moonlight. So that's what it is. So this Cinnamon Cider layer is 3 3/4 by 5, and then the Very Vanilla layer is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. So that's going to go like that. And then I'm going to attach. Get these out now. You guys can help me. So you have to be quick at typing. Give me an idea. Which do you think I should use? It feels like I've got a couple of them here. Which do you think I should use? The Cinnamon Cider. Now I'm going to put some I'm going to die cut some things to go on top of this. Cinnamon Cider or the Misty Moonlight. You guys can give me a hint. This one's Cinnamon Cider or Misty Moonlight. You guys can type away, and while you're typing and giving me an idea, I'm going to do some adhering. Okay, somebody's saying Cinnamon Cider. It's Catherine. Okay. Any other suggestions? Love the Misty Moonlight. Yeah. I'm going to be equal number, I think. Okay, so let's. Anybody want to break? Oh, Paige says Cinnamon Cider. Yeah. All right. I think we'll do Cinnamon Cider. I have 2 votes for Cinnamon Cider so far. All right. So I'm going to do this. So I'm just going to use Stampin' Seal on this. I'm going to hear that. Down like that in that corner. And this one can go on. So I'm using Very Vanilla. I just decided that I like the look of Very Vanilla with these colors. You could use Basic White if you wanted to. Okay, that's my card front for the moment. Now, put these out of the way. I'm going to do some stamping. I haven't even opened this yet. Oh, so exciting. Okay, let's do this. And I was going to use the Miss You stamp, which it's here. I just have a hard time reading these upside down and backwards. Okay. Let's get some blocks. Put that on like that. Put that on. That's my sentiment. Okay, so I've got an extra piece of Very Vanilla. So I'm gonna actually stamp this in Misty Moonlight. That. And then I think I have another piece of Misty Moonlight here. Okay, now I'm going to die cut this which I think is this piece. Yes, like that. And then, actually, I'm going to quickly, if I can find a piece of cinnamon cider. Yeah. And I'm going to die cut these, what are leaves out of cinnamon cider. Okay, let's just use a bit of a Post-it note tape so this die doesn't shift as I'm cutting it. Like that. This one doesn't matter, so I'm just going to take these off to the side and cut them out. I just really love this suite. So this suite will be available in the upcoming mini catalog that goes live on January 4th. So if this is one that you really like, make sure you put it on your wish list. There we go, some leaves. If you ordered from me and you're not a demonstrator, if you ordered from me and in this past year, you should be getting a catalog in the mail that will be mailed directly from Stampin' Up. I'm hoping they're on the way. I have not received the one I sent to myself. So when you get yours, please let me know that you've received it, so that I know that they're kind of on the way, because there's a number of us that have sent it through this, and one I probably should have put in a different color, but that's okay. We will do the cinnamon cider. So I am going to just put a little bit of Stampin' Seal on this, like that. Just to put that in place, and I'm going to use some dimensionals to pop this up. Hey Carol, welcome. Yeah, I think if I will make another one of these cards, and I think I'm going to do the opposite colors because I just really like this. These doilies are lovely. Right. These are the mini dimensionals, so just to hold this in place to pop it up. Oh, there we go. And like that. Now I've got my piece of Berry Vanilla. Like I said, this is I'm pretty sure that's good. Yeah, 3/4 of an inch by 2.5. Now I don't think I'm going to need it to be 2.5, but I cut it not really knowing what sentiment I was going to use. Okay, let's get this, but I've got it more or less straight. Not too bad. All right. I'm just going to trim this a little bit. Actually, what I'm going to do is cut a flag end, a tag end in both ends. So that's the thing about sketches, is you can use it as a guide and interpret it. You can make them bigger, pieces bigger, smaller, depending on what stamp set you're going to use. Hey, Marjorie, welcome. All right, so we'll just put some Stampin' Seal on this, and I'm just going to tuck it under this end like this. Now, I grabbed, these are the classic matte dots, and these coordinate with this suite. This is an amazing suite. Like I said, it's got 2 bundles. It actually has ribbon that I pulled thinking I might use the ribbon. It's denim, but I think I'll use these matte dots instead. And they are 2 different sizes in black, basic gray, very vanilla, and white. So we will use some of the very vanilla dots. Okay. And the last thing, because you want to finish the inside of your card, I've got a piece of very vanilla. This is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And because I love the bees, I am going to stamp on the inside a bee, and I think that's all. And I'm going to stamp the bee in Misty Moonlight. And just put this down in the corner. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh. And the designer series paper that goes with this is adorable. And it's so pretty because it's in the very in the Misty Moonlight and Cinnamon Cider. It's got, one side has got lovely patterns on it, and the other side are all different kind of versions of wood grain in kind of a gray tone. It's really pretty. I want to get your hands on this for sure. All right, there we go. So now I've got lots of room on the inside to write a note. There. All right, where's my sketch? I think I love it. Who said that on page? Yes, I think I love it too. All right, so here's my sketch. As I said, it's pretty close. And like I said, it's usually a guideline. You can make things bigger or smaller as you want, just depending on what sentiments you're using and what stamps. But yeah, and the inside. You could use a little bit of Winkostella on your flowers if you wanted to spruce them up a little bit, but I think I'm good with the way it is. Yeah. All right. There we go. Get back. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I will fix up my sketch and post the image so that you've got it. I'll put a link on YouTube. If you're coming in through YouTube, I'll add a link to the video to a Google Doc so you can download the sketch. Facebook, I'll just upload a picture of the sketch. I ran into issues with Facebook when I started adding links. They thought it was spam, and anyway, so I can't do that anymore. But I will post the image of the sketch after I've fixed up the measurements. And hopefully, if you are on my Facebook group, you can share your cards that you make using this sketch. I always love to see what people do with it. Now, I will be back on Thursday night. I know it's getting close to Christmas, but I will be back on Thursday night with a mystery challenge. Now, I only do my mystery challenges in my Facebook group. So if you're not part of my group, you can feel free to join. It's called Create with Stamping with Melva, and just find me on Facebook and request to join. And I do post the clues for the mystery challenge at about 9 a.m. Pacific on Thursday morning, and then I will be live at 6:30 Pacific with the mystery challenge. So hopefully you'll come and play along just before Christmas. That will be the last thing that I do live until probably my sketch challenge next Tuesday night. So hopefully you'll join me. And if you don't, I wish you all the very best for the holiday season. And we will see you between Christmas and New Year's. Thanks everybody for joining. Happy stamping. Bye.